What are we doing today? Today, we're talking about that one time in 5th grade I was a kingpin of a drug black market. The rise and fall of Tyler Nagoon's black market. It all started in the first quarter of 5th grade in 2014. It was an average Monday, and this kid, Michael's son, came up to me and asked if I wanted to buy what he called magic dust. This sounds really bad.
Go. But Tyler, magic dust sounds a lot like euphemism for cocaine drug, is it not?
No, magic dust is not a euphemism for cocaine. It's actually just colored eraser shavings that he sold for profit. Yeah, eraser shavings for profit. So anyway, he asked me if I want to buy some, and like any 5th grade student would do, I asked to buy his entire company, Magic Dust Incorporated. He tells me, sure, why not? When I asked how much it would be to buy the company, he said, you can have it for free. Nice. So anyway, I took this newly acquired company very seriously. The way the product was created was you take colored pencils and create blobs of color on a piece of paper, then take a white eraser and rub that on the actual colors, which made colored eraser shavings. So I began to go home every night and grind the product out. I spent hours doing this. I sorted the colors into little plastic bags, and I labeled them like the nice organized 5th grader I was. So I started selling these little bags for 25 cents each. Now, this is the time I started to really get into origami, so I learned how to fold what was called an exploding envelope. It did exactly what it sounds like. There would be a flap on the bottom that you would pull, and the envelope would open up, and whatever was inside would go everywhere. You might be able to see where this is going. Now, in order to sell more of the product, I started selling it in these exploding envelopes as a kind of gimmick. You pull the flap, and magic dust would go everywhere. Pointless, I know, but for some reason everyone went crazy over these. So I increased the price to a whopping 50 cents each, as opposed to 25. Now I should make it known that at the time, the Michael kid is still part of the company. Just not the owner, because that's me. So he helped me fold all of these exploding envelopes. He was also a big advertiser for the company, that he would tell everyone to buy my shit during recess. About a week goes by, and business is good. We're getting around $1 a day at this point. Then I discovered Papercraft. They were Minecraft characters that you could fold out of paper. So, like the hustler I was, I decided to start making these models and selling them for $1 each. Yeah, you heard me right. And people were actually buying these. And like I said, this was right around the time I started really getting to like origami. So I'd be making little origami models all day during class, so I thought, why not sell those? So that's just what I did. The price varied depending on how complex the model was to fold. So by this point, me and this Michael kid decided to change the company name to Magic Dust and more. Now there was too much stuff to sell. We couldn't keep up with the demands of our classmates. Did we stop? No. Should we have stopped then? Yeah, probably. We had a problem here. The solution was to, obviously, hire employees. Yeah, we hired people in 5th grade. This company was a serious thing. I should also note that the teachers didn't have any idea that any of this was happening right now. So I hired this kid, Carlos Gonzalez, and this other kid, Eric Lewis, professionally known on YouTube as EJ Lewis. Now, keep in mind, this is 5th grade, so seeing students from other classes was pretty much unheard of besides lunch and recess. So both of the people we hired were in 2 different classes. So we're now reaching an entire new market, which is a big deal. We paid our boys 15 cents out of every sale that they made. We would meet after school and divvy up the money like little drug dealers. So this goes on for a few weeks, and we're making some serious cash. We made around $25 collectively now, around $6 each. Now $6 is a lot for a 5th grader, so you could get pretty much anything you wanted at that time. So to everyone else, everyone associated with Magic Dust and more was the coolest person. Because of this, everyone wanted to be a part of Magic Dust and more. We decided to add the and more because we sold more now. Anyway, every day I was constantly being asked,
But Tyler, can I join Magic Dust Company, please? Tyler, I want to be part of Magic Dust Company, please.
And of course, being me, I had to say no. This was my company and these were my boys. And get this, I, 5th grade me, decided the stress created by my classmates was too much. So I decided to take a sabbatical. That's what I called it. I didn't know that that was the definition for teachers. I just thought it meant a break from your job. So this little break lasted around a week. I trusted that Michael would be able to run the business by himself. I was wrong. So when I returned, I I didn't actually take off of school, I just kind of ignored anything having to do with the company. So when I returned, which meant actually just being part of the company again, I realized that Michael could not run a company for his life. Products weren't being sold, employees weren't being paid. It was chaos. I needed to fix it. The consumers were wondering why their orders weren't being honored. I should mention we even had an order system where you just leave a note on my desk with what you wanted, along with payment, and then I'd sometimes stay inside during recess and deliver these orders right to their desk. So how do I fix this? How do I make the consumer happy? Introducing the package deal. So now I was selling color packages. These were sold for $1 rather than 50 cents. So me and the boys stayed inside one day and came up with a bunch of different packages. There was the summer pack, green and yellow, the winter pack, blue and white, and there's even a mix and match pack where you could choose 3 colors for $1 rather than for having to pay $1.50. And finally, there was the rainbow package, which included one of each color, for a grand total of $2. We were in the big leagues now.
But Tyler, where is teacher in all of this? Do they not care that you scam little kids out of their money?
Now, yes, by this point, the teachers were catching on. It was apparently a rule that you couldn't sell things for real money on school grounds, so we needed to come up with a solution to yet another problem. It was simple. We, the boys, met up one day and talked about it. The plan was for each employee to secretly tell their respective classmates to act like we were all just pretending to buy the products. Well, I'm just pretending to accept the money. Only the pretending was just a cover-up, and of course we were still using real money. Customers would pay me under the playground during recess, without any teacher seeing. We really do sound like freaking drug addicts here. Business was booming. Everything was great. We were making good money. Product was being sold. Everyone was happy. Then the day came. I'm around 2 months into the construction of my empire. We got sloppy. During a cash transfer at recess one day, a teacher saw us under the playground equipment, so she came over to us, mid-transaction. As we look over, we could see she is visibly angry, and we all just stare at her blankly.
What are you boys doing? Why do you have the money out? We do not do nothing.
We were busted. I was taken in for questioning CIA style, while the others were let go, as I was head of the whole operation. As far as the staff knew, I was the only one selling anything. This is good because my boys were not in trouble. So this teacher, who shall remain nameless, takes me inside while everyone else is having a blast outside, and takes me to my desk. She sits me down and starts reaching into the desk. There are actual literal sweat beads forming on my forehead. She pulls out a bag of our winter white, trademarked, and blue magic dust. Now, she's looking at me.
What is this, Tyler?
Oh, that's just eraser shavings?
But why do you have eraser shaving baggie in your desk?
No reason. She continues to pull out bags. Lime green this time. At this point, you can see she's getting really confused. She keeps pulling out baggies. Red, blue, purple, the works. It looks like a DEA drug bust. I'm really nervous. There's baggies spread everywhere. She tried to put them on the desk, but they were now spilling onto the floor. The general area looked like a coke addict's closet.
But Tyler, what do you do with eraser shaving?
I confess, there was no use in pretending anymore. They were going to find out either way. I just didn't think it would end like this. Maybe I'd end it myself, or maybe I'd go down in a shootout over who gets the profit from our biggest sale. But not like this. This was not honorable. But that's how it was. It was over, just right then and there. It's a bittersweet ending. We all got some cash out of it, so there's that. The consumers weren't happy though. They needed more magic dust, more origami models, more papercraft. But that's it. That's the story of the rise and fall of Tyler Nagoon's black market. Thanks for watching, guys!